What's up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15, episode 7. So if you haven't seen the 7th episode of season 15 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, turn this video off right now. Go watch the episode. Come back and watch this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's an easy and free way of supporting my channel. It literally takes less than 4 seconds to support your girl. Okay? Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions. Ain't nobody making me say shit. None of that. What else? I'm also not a public speaker, so I will tend to say like 1,000 times. Will be stuttering, trying to regain my thoughts, just talking as real as I would talk to anyone else. And what else? I usually have my big icy water bottle, but I just got in the house, so I'm finishing up my little smoothie that I had. It's a blueberry, strawberry, banana. Don't torch. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, I do like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm gonna grade this episode. This episode was kind of boring. Like, it was kind of boring. I'm trying to think of what I would grade it, though. Ain't too much happened, except for the little brunch at the end. But, I mean, that wasn't even nothing. That whole scene with Drew and Ralph was cringe. I don't know. Let me see. I wouldn't give it too much. Probably... I would probably give it a C+. This episode didn't give anything. It was just the same issues over again. Yeah, I'd probably give it a C+. Sorry to say. And I did say I was going to start doing MVPs. Since episode 5, I said I was going to start doing MVPs of the episode. I'm going to get this MVP of the episode to Marlo only because that confessional scene where she did the whole little Marlo's fashion corner, that shit had me dead. I would probably have to give it to Sheree second for that little invite that she sent out. But definitely Marlo, just for that little fashion corner, I was cracking up how she was judging everybody's outfits. But we're going to get into that. Last chance, if you haven't seen the 7th episode of season 15 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, yeah, turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Did I grade the episode? Oh, yeah, I did grade. Yeah, I graded a C+. That's how you know this episode was boring. I watched this episode on the way to the doctor, so I knew that this episode was kind of dry, and I ain't have no gasping moments. I had a few chuckles here and there. Like I said, Marlo made me laugh. But yeah, I graded this episode C+. Yeah, so last chance. About to do a spoiler alert. Whole episode, yada, yada, yada. Let's get into it. Hey. So the first scene is Drew sitting down with her, with a music video director named Rage. She lists off his accolades, who he's worked with. Mostly a lot of people from the South. Said she knew immediately she wanted him to direct her video. So, you know, Drew, every housewife, when they doing something, I want to bring my ladies in so they can be in a part of the video. Why y'all always want to bring y'all ladies friends in just to make another episode or a scene or something? Like, no, Drew, we don't need the ladies there in the video. That's what Candace did, and look what happened with Candace on Real Housewives of Potomac. They called it low budget, and why we in a parking lot and all that. No. Have you not learned? When you bring your girlfriends to something that you're trying to do personally, it never works out on the show. No. It never works out. So she said, yeah, I want to bring some of my ladies in so they can be in the scene. It's supposed to be in a skating ring or something. And we see next episode that Drew don't even know how to skate. And this girl, you done broke so many bones in your body. Why do you keep wanting to do this to yourself? I feel like she wants to make a storyline of her being always breaking a body part or something, like, or always being in the hospital. It's just like, come on, man. Do something more, like, I think Sonya said you should have picked something more safe. Oh, excuse me, had to burp. But it's like Drew just be looking to hurt herself. I don't be getting that. So that's when Rage, he asked Drew, he was like, okay, he was like, you think Ralph is going to be, like, physically in shape, like, physically capable to do the video? Because I don't know, because maybe I will have to get another guy. I got a couple guys lined up. I was like, damn, this cocaine for Ralph. Drew was like, oh, I don't know. I don't think Ralph's gonna like that. So Sonya and Sheree, they meet up to do some type of like cryotherapy or something, like where they freeze your body. And that's a couple. I've seen people. Not even, I've seen it on another Housewives show, but I've seen people do it outside of Housewives, so I know that shit probably really work. But they go to do that. They mentioned briefly. Apparently Rihanna loves She by Sheree. So Sonya and Sheree all giddy about that. Sheree's in her confessional like, it just feels so great to know that one of my favorite artists loves her some She by Sheree. She said something about although Candy always loved to trash it or something. I don't remember what she said. So they getting prepared for the cryo pods that they about to get put in. Sonya says in her confession, this is perfect for me trying to get pregnant because this helps blood flow and basically helps with fertility or something like that, she said. I can't remember the detail what she said. So after they done, they sitting down, warming up, started to talk about like random stuff. Sonya telling Sheree Ross has been in Austin more than expected, and it's kind of messing with them having the baby. And I'm like, why y'all trying to have a baby when y'all whole little village about to move out and y'all ain't gonna be able to take care of the one that y'all got? I mean, not take care of, but y'all ain't gonna be able to watch and like do the things that y'all gonna be able to do with Deuce. And y'all trying to have another baby. So Sheree was like, you probably gonna have to move to Austin. So I was like, nah, Ross wanna move his business to Atlanta. I was like, does he? Does he, Sonya? So they started talking about Courtney's event. And Sonya was like, I just don't like how half the group left after Candy. Sheree was like, yeah, I don't like that neither. Sheree was like, the girls, the group just seems so divided. We just need to get all the ladies together. You know how they do, Housewives. Get all the ladies together so we can squash the drama. Says she wants everything to be Gucci. Sheree was like, that's what I'm going to call it, the Gucci something. I don't know. But then they end up calling it the Gucci brunch down the line. Sonya was like, I need to talk to Candy first because I feel like the things were probably brought to her misconstrued. She says in her confessional that she feels like Kenya and Drew was the wrong people to bring back what Marlo said because they probably got mixed up or something like that. So then we get these two scenes that like pan back and forth. We get Marlo and Courtney, they meet up. And Sonya and Candy meet up. So Marlo and Courtney, they meet up, and Marlo shares briefly she got a little blind date that we see a little glimpse of next episode. He said, I've been locked up a couple times. So I wonder if Marlo gonna keep dating him because she feel like, okay, I had a record too. Or she gonna feel like there's gonna be too much judgment from the ladies and be like, nah, I can't mess with dude. But when she tells Courtney she has a blind date coming up. So she gets to thanking Courtney again, like, thank you so much for helping me get counsel, trying to clean my record so I could buy a gun because of my robbery, da-da-da. Then they start talking about Courtney's event. So then, what's her name? Pans to Sonya and Candy. Sonya was like, you look so much like Blaze right here. They put the little side-by-side of her and Blaze. It was like really, it really did. I was like, that's cute. The way Candy had her hair up. So they talked briefly about Todd doing the movie, still working on this movie or whatever. Then Candy talks about she was so happy about how the premiere of her Broadway show, The Piano Lesson, turned out. They showed pictures of her with Mama Knowles and a whole bunch of other celebs. She was like, then I had to leave that and come to y'all mess at the bowling alley. I mean, not the bowling alley. I keep thinking that place was a bowling alley that Courtney held her event at. But I don't know what that place. It was like some type of game place, adult game place, I guess. I don't even want to say adult game place because that sounds like sexual. It was just like some gaming place for like, I don't know if it was adults or what, but. So they did the talking about Courtney's event, and Candy tells Sonya that she Candy tells Sonya she feels like Sonya is on the fence, rides the fence sometimes. God damn, she loud. My mother was loud, y'all. God damn, she loud. I just get caught off guard. So Candy, she tells Sonya that she feels like Sonya rides the fence sometimes. And Sonya was like, it's not that I'm riding the fence. It just feels like, thank God she off the phone. That just threw me off. I don't even know what I was talking about. I get thrown off when loud stuff be in my background. So, oh God, I'm caught off guard. So Candy tells Sonya that she doesn't want. Candy tells Sonya she feels like Sonya rides the fence sometimes when it comes to Marlo. So Sonya was like, I don't want you guys to think that I'm not being good friends to y'all because I'm being good friends with Marlo. I get where Sonya's coming from, but it was something that Kenya said at the end of this episode where it was like, you defend Marlo on stuff that you know she wrong on, but you will come at us about stupid stuff and all that. So it's like, Sonya, if you're trying to come Candy and Kenya and hold them accountable or whatever you want to try to do, you got to do the same thing with your friend Marlo. But you don't want to beef with Marlo because, you know, Marlo dig deep. And you probably can't handle it. So Candy was like, I feel like sometimes you play down what Marlo does and says. And that's what annoys me. Candy was like, you don't see it's a pattern with Marlo. Then they pan back to Marlo and Courtney. And Courtney was like, why didn't you have a conversation with Candy beforehand? And I was like, okay, Courtney got somewhat level-headed. Because it's like, yeah, y'all got each other's phone number. Unless she got you blocked, I don't know. But it's like, yeah, why not? Had this conversation before the season aired. Why bring this storyline to play? So Marlo was like, well, I hadn't seen Candy. I'm guessing since filming or whatever. So then Marlo says in her confessional that only if Candy would have supported her more when her nephew died, it would have brought them closer together rather than them being so apart now. I was just like, come on, Marlo. So back to Candy and Sonya. So Candy gets to telling Sonya, like, basically, I'm not the friend that's very sentimental. She said, I lost my brother at a young age, so I don't console people as much because I done dealt with grief and death and things like that. She was like, and Marlo knows this, so the fact that she trying to press the issue about this whole situation is just like, it's more irritating. Candy says she's more of a motivational friend. I get that, though. I don't get too emotional neither about stuff. I used to be super crybaby and stuff. Now I don't really be getting emotional about stuff no more. It'd be hard for me to take in bad news when people tell me stuff I don't know how to deal with. I don't cry, but I don't be having no feeling. I don't know. It'd be nonchalant to me. And I ain't saying it's good, it's healthy or nothing. But I get where she coming from. Then they go back to Marlo and Courtney. Marlo says she can't express herself. Know what she say? She can't keep trying to express herself to somebody as ignorant as someone who is as ignorant as Doodoo Brown. I was like, oh Lord. So then both groups, they start talking about Marlo and Courtney. They started talking about Sheree's little Gucci brunch. They pan back to Candy and Sonya. Sonya reads the whole little nursery rhyme that Sheree sent. Child, don't get me started. I do not know what the hell what it said. I know it said something about coochies and we throw shade. I couldn't even remember. But I was just like, it was funny though. It made me chuckle. So Sonya was like, yeah, me and Sheree just basically want y'all to be Gucci. We want you and Marlo to be Gucci. Candy was like, I'm like T.I. when you see me in the street, shorty, you don't know me. I was like, yeah, that's relevant. But I was like, dang, you couldn't find a more relevant song. There's so many relevant songs these days that you could just say. That was so ATL of her. I just felt like And the fact that she knows T.I. personally, so it was like... So then we get this little dance rehearsal Drew's there with, I guess, potential dancers for a video and all that. She was like, yeah, Ralph was not, she expresses in her confessional, she was like, Ralph was not happy that he had to be replaced or something like that. And they show a clip of Drew saying, like, you know, you wanted to be in the background producer anyway, so this works out. And Ralph was like, do it gotta be a man? I was like, no, Ralph, we just gonna have Drew grinding up on a woman. Like, then it's gonna be a narrative that she like women or something. No, Ralph. Because it wasn't like he was implying her by herself. I don't know. So Ralph shows up. I guess just to... I mean, well, Ralph's there just to support, apparently. Because he got replaced. But then the video director dude, Rage, and Drew, they go up to Ralph. They was like, look, the dude that was supposed to originally dance in the video, he got double booked. Something about... I don't even remember what it was. They was like, so we actually are going to need you, Ralph. So then they asked the producers asked Ralph in the confession, they was like, how did it feel to be the backup plan? He started laughing like, that's a hard one, brother. So they was like, take your shirt off, Ralph, take your shirt off. He was like, right now, I wish I could have did some abs first. I mean, not abs, wish I could have did some sit-ups or something first. Some push-ups, I don't know what it was. He eventually turns and takes his shirt off. The girl was like, play some music for him. He was like, yeah, put some music on. He takes his shirt off. Drew come over there. Start dancing on him or whatever. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this little part. So when they told Ralph he actually could be the man in the video, he was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to need a bigger check. Rage was like, oh, y'all figure that out in the bedroom. Drew was like, I got you. I thought that part was cringe. But Drew starts dancing, giving Ralph a lap dance. Look like they into it, but it's just like hard to believe because they got this divorce right after the season finalized. So it's just hard to see them seemingly good, knowing that it's all gonna come crashing down. And I wonder what they're gonna make it come crashing down to at the end of the episode. Or they just gonna end the episode good and then show like a little clip where it'd be like, 2 weeks later, such and such filed for divorce. I don't know. Ooh, excuse me. So then we get to scene. Kenya, she meets with her doctor. She was like, first of all, the medicine you gave me for the hormones is working. Sex drive is up. She's like, I don't know if it's the pills or if it's the man I'm with. So she was like, the real reason I'm here is because I want to know if I can have more children. She was like, me and Mark had this legal situation where basically the embryos belong to Kenya. She says she feels like it still needs to be a conversation needs to be had with Mark if she's going to go through with it. So the producers, they asked Kenya in her confession, they was like, you've had this difficult divorce with Mark that's still pending, I think. And it's like, why would you want to have another child with him? Kenya basically gives the basic answer that women give, the first answer that women give. She was like, I don't, who would want to have multiple baby daddies? So she basically goes off about all the stuff that happened with her pregnancy with Brooklyn. So it's just like, why would you want to put yourself through? I mean, I get it. She said she wanted to give Brooklyn a sibling. But it's like, all the stuff she's talking about, she said she went through depression. I mean, she went through depression the whole pregnancy, not knowing if Brooklyn was going to come to term. Said she lost a lot of blood during birth. They didn't even know if she was going to make it. It's just like, I don't think it's safe then. The doctor starts naming off all the risks that would come with her having birth at her age and all that. The doctor suggests surrogacy, and King was like, I just don't know how I feel about that. I get that. Like, you want to have your child. You want it to be from you. So I get what she's saying with that. So I was just like, I don't think it's worth it, Kenya. You got that beautiful baby girl, you good. I feel like it ain't worth you losing your life. or going through a miscarriage and then be having to deal with depression all over again from losing a child. So the brunch starts. The shady ass Gucci brunch that Sheree done put together. Sheree arrives first, of course. She trying to do the seating chart. So then Sonya comes in, kind of like the co-host. They start talking about the seating. They show the seating chart. So they got Drew, Courtney, Kenya, and then Sheree at the head of the table. And then they got Marlo, Sonya, and Candy. And I was like, oh no, Sonya. No, you did not choose to seat yourself between Marlo and Candy. You know they're going to be the main two going at it. So I think did Kenya arrive? Yeah, Kenya definitely arrived last. It was Courtney came in, then Candy, then Drew. Sheree gives a little short speech before the rest of the women get there. Like, I want us to get back to where we used to be. They start showing all these old clips from Real Housewives of Atlanta. They used to turn up. But that was when Marlo was friend of. So that's what... But now the friend that got her on the show ain't even on the show, so she don't need to be on it. I'm sorry. I wanted Marlo on there. I was one of the ones rooting, saying give her a peach, but the way she throws shade is not... No. I don't like it. Some of the shade do be funny, but she takes it there sometimes and just be like, no. And then she always want to play victim, too, and it's just like, no. So, yeah, so the Sheree's like, I just want us ladies to get along like we used to do. And then I was like, side note, none of these ladies was here when we used to do. What are you talking about, Sheree? Only OG that was there with at the time was just Candy. Everybody else there was newbies. It was, yeah, it was just Drew, Courtney, Sonya, Candy, and Sheree. Only OGs still on the show is Kenya and Candy. So I was just like, what are you talking about like we used to do? I was like, all them clips, them clips, Drew, Courtney, Sonya, they not in them clips. But I guess Sheree. So she says all that. Drew was like, well, just, Marlo is, what she call her? I think she called her toxic. No, what she called her? Oh, she said Marlo just needs a hug and attention. Sheree was like, well, that's why we here. Candy side-eye Sheree like, girl, you just say whatever. So right before Marlo comes in, right before Marlo comes in, Candy was like, switch Kenya and Marlo's seats. Sheree was like, you don't like that? You don't like that seat like that? Candy was like, nah, that's too close. So they switch him. So now Marlo's sitting over there next to Courtney, and Kenya's sitting closer to Candy. So then Kenya walks in. And the shady ass editors, they zoom in on her bag to point out that it's not a Gucci bag. Then she walks in and her good friend Candy was like, where's your Gucci, girl? I was not expecting Candy to say that. I thought people were just going to let her. I thought nobody was going to say nothing. I thought nobody going to say nothing. I thought they were just going to let Kenya ride. I really did, because the editors had already pointed it out, so we knew Kenya wasn't Gucci down or whatever you want to call it. But I wasn't expecting her good friend Candy to call her out. So Candy was like, where's your Gucci, girl? Kenya was like, I don't wear labels. It's Gucci. I just don't wear the labels. So I was just like, oh no. I know Marlo about to say something smart in her confessional. But what I was not prepared for was the whole Marlo's fashion corner, bruh. It was hilarious, bruh. She's talking about Kenya. It's the difference between being vintage and thrifted, and that's definitely thrifted. She said Drew looked like the handyman. Sheree looked like she about to give a deposition. Said Candy looked like a bowling team leader. Bro, she was fine their ass up, bro. I was cracking up. That's why I had to give her MVP. This shit was hilarious. She was like, Sonya, she looked like she what'd she say? She's like, she ran right in and got that right off the sample size. About 8K new in the store. She's like, cha-ching. I was like, that's the best compliment I guess she gonna give. She was like, all together we look like a bootleg girl group. I was like, bruh. That whole little breakdown was hilarious for me. She said Drew ass looked like a handyman and Candy ass looked like the bowling team leader. And Sheree looked like she about to give a deposition. That shit was hilarious. So Sheree was like, what do you ladies think of my invite, the little nursery rhyme, whatever. And they was like, I don't know what the hell. I ain't know what to think of that. Sheree said something about, did y'all think anything when it said coochies? I was just like, what? So then Sheree gets all emotional talking, I brought you guys together because I just don't like the things that's been going on. It's been too much and I just want us to fix things. She's like, and if y'all got any suggestions, then I'm welcome to, like, anybody start. Kenya was like, yep, because I got Jesus on speed dial. So Sheree was like, well, okay, Candy, Courtney, I'm feeling like that was just that whole thing with y'all was just a big misunderstanding, right? So Courtney was like, yeah. She was like, and the fact that she came to my event, yeah, I feel that she accepted the olive branch that I put out there. So I'm open to see what happens moving forward. Oh my eye. Candy was like, well, at your event, Courtney, I do appreciate how you came outside to check on me. So I was really appreciative of that. She was like, the original argument was stupid anyway. Courtney was like, I agree, so we're just going to squash it. The lady was like, yay, one down. They trying to get the light shit out the way first. Nobody gives a damn about that damn beef between Courtney and Candy. That was just something to start the season off with. So then Sonya goes to Kenya. She's like, I thought we was building a genuine friendship. But then at Ross's event, on the season premiere, she was like, you was very lukewarm to me. Then she brings up the Birmingham trip. She's like, you told me to leave and don't come back. Like, I feel like the friendship I'm putting out there, it's not being reciprocated. She says that. Kenya was like, yeah, it's just some level. My foot keep itching, top of my foot. That's why I keep doing like that. But Kenya was like, yeah, it's just some level of me that doesn't trust you. And that's the same thing Candy was telling her earlier in the episode. Sonya, you got to hold both friends accountable. If it's going to be little stuff like this, you're going to hold them accountable for. You got to hold Marlo accountable for the shit she be saying. So, what she say? What did Candy say after that? No, Sonya said, Candy was like, it's a level of me that don't trust you. And then she says that, she said, you, Sonya, Kenya says to Sonya, like, you called me about some press work that she was going to be doing. And then I seen you in this interview saying some stuff, some offending stuff to me about me or something. So then they show a clip of Andy Cohen watching What Happens Live, asking Sonya if she think Kenya has a big booty. And Sonya says the way Marlo she said the way Marlo points it out, and if you look at it from a certain angle or something like that, she said if you look at the shape of it, it could potentially be a fake booty, but I don't know. She said, I'm not sure. And I was like, that's what we mad about, Kenya. That's what we mad about, that shady ass shit. So it's like the same thing, Kenya. If you gonna get mad at Sonya for something so little, you can't get mad at her. You can't get mad when she treats you the same way. No, I worded that wrong. She coming at Sonya because she feels like Sonya says things behind her back. No, wait. Yeah, I said, yeah, like what I said. You accusing her of saying stuff. I mean, she's saying shady stuff, but then you get mad when, she can't get mad when you do shady stuff. That's basically what I was trying to get at. So Sonya was like, I wasn't saying it was true because I believed it because of Marlo said it. Kenya was like, well, how are you saying you're a good friend to me and you don't hold your good friend Marlo accountable even when you know she wrong? So I felt like Kenya was right in that moment, but at the same time, look at the petty stuff you get mad at her about at Sonya about. It's all petty. So that's what Sonya was like. How was I supposed to know if your butt is fake or not? She was like, how was I supposed to know if your butt is fake or not? She just randomly, like, not randomly because they was on the topic, but it was just like, she just mouthed that out. Like, how am I supposed to know if your butt is fake or not? So Kenya was like, well, you could have answered differently. You could have been like, I don't know, but she looks good or something like that. So the producer shady asses asked Sonya in her confessional, they was like, are those man-made buns? Yes or no? They just being shady. Shady, bruh. Like, is those man-made buns or no? Sonya was like, she was like, you're not gonna put me on the spot. Then they pan over to Drew and her confession. She talking about, oh, well, her butt always look the same, whether she's lost weight or gained weight, so it always looked the same. Basically, just riding Kenya's coattails. She feel like she on the winning team right now, so she ain't trying to do nothing to piss off Candy or Kenya. And you know, they the OGs, so she trying to please the OGs. Sheree, she in her confessional, just own it, girl. Like, whether you paid for it, she's like, oh, you grew it yourself at home or something. She's like, squats, not shots, honey. Marlo, her confessional, everybody knows about the butt. Everybody knows about the butt. She's just trying to pick a fight with Sonya. Not the butt. Everybody knows about the butt. So that's what Sonya tells Kenya, like, I don't want you to think that when I'm with Marlo, I'm talking about you, vice versa. I generally want to build a friendship with you, Kenya. So Kenya was like, oh, damn, where am I? Where am I? I went too far down. Oh, yeah, so Sonya was like, I generally want to build a friendship with you. Kenya was like, well, I need to see how you move. We'll see if you're worthy of my trust. The lady was like, Kenya. She was like, oh, no, I wasn't trying to be shady. I honestly think in that moment, she was not trying to be shady. That's just the way Kenya thinks. She thinks, I mean, that's the way she talks. She just think people are beneath her. When you throw the worst trips on the shelf, and then you show up to a Gucci party with no Gucci. I mean, apparently it was Gucci. It was not labeled Gucci. I don't know, whatever. But so Sonya wasn't feeling that worthy comment. She said in her confessional, Kenya just so hot and cold. She acted lukewarm once. She's like, the jury's still out on your butt. She was like, the jury's still out on your butt. Who cares? Sonya was low-key funny this episode. I ain't gonna hold you. But that whole Marlo fashion corner was hilarious. I can't take that away from her. So then Marlo starts. She's like, I'm in a great place, and when I get around this group, I can definitely respect them and get along. It's not that serious. Kenya rolling her eyes. Other people, you know, rolling the eyes. They panning on Drew and Candy. So she gets to saying, I expressed with Drew that I wanted a different reaction from my friend of 10 plus years. And I can't make somebody like me. And Kenya was like, how you can't make somebody like you when you constantly attack them. Marlo was like, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. So Kenya steady talking. Sheree was like, well, was it miscommunication between you and Candy? And Marlo was like, yeah, it was definitely. She was like, I could definitely join the group and be more respectful. Sheree was like, are you being genuine, Marlo? Marlo was like, I am being genuine. Candy was like, Candy, oh, no, the fuck you not. Like, you're not being genuine. Candy started fake choking, falling out on Sheree. Talking about something. I'm just sorry that the bullshit getting caught in my throat. Marlo rolling her eyes. And Candy was like, at the end of the day, you wouldn't appreciate your name being associated with the death. I don't think anybody here would. Marlo was like, first of all, I wasn't the one that brought up the shooting at Blaze. That was Drew. She was like, when it was brung up, it struck something in me. So Kenya and Drew, they start hollering over Marlo, like, oh, the lies. So Marlo was like, well, it seems like me and Candy ain't gonna get nowhere. Can we step off and talk? And the group was like, nope, Marlo, sit your ass down. Deal with this. So Marlo was like, what did I do that was so bad that day? I hate when she played the amnesia. Like, girl, you tried to associate it. You only just last episode said that it wasn't at her restaurant. And the dude that shot her nephew wasn't even a worker there. He was a Patreon. You only just said that last episode. So at the beginning, you tried to make this storyline about it being associated with Candy in a restaurant when it had nothing to do with it. Now you're trying to make it seem like it was because she didn't support after the fact. So they told her ass, nope, Marlo, you ain't going nowhere. So she was like, what did I do? What did I say that day that was so bad? So Sheree was like, you said that Candy didn't help with the funeral. So then Marlo and Candy, they start saying stuff back and forth. You can't even hear what they're saying because Drew and Kenya are still so loud over them. I can't even hear what they're saying. I'm just like, damn. I mean, I get it. Y'all trying to defend y'all friend, but let Candy speak for herself. Let them go have a back and forth. Y'all literally kind of pissed at Marlo because of... Well, they do got their own little beefs with Marlo, but it's just like, come on, bruh. Let Marlo and Candy handle theirs. I feel like this wasn't the moment for Drew and Candy to speak. Kenya. Even though Drew's name was brought up, Marlo said Drew brought it up. Still, I was like, just stop talking, Kenya and Drew. Even though Candy and Marlo ain't gonna get nowhere, just stop talking. So Marlo gets up, I'm going to the restroom. You know, she always try to leave. She's like, I respect everyone. Kenya was like, you think I need your respect? You bottom rung bitch. Calls her a bottom rung bitch. Sheree goes off on Sheree goes after Marlo. I was like, I can't do it with Kenya. Like, I just can't. She needs to zip it. Sheree was like, all right, I'll tell Kenya to be quiet. And you and Candy, can y'all have a conversation? And Marlo was like, yeah, we could definitely have a conversation. Then back inside, Candy just like, Marlo acts out and tries to blame someone else for her trauma. Kenya was like, exactly, louder than Candy ass. Candy can talk in a normal state of voice. She said she came in a better space anyway. So she's talking more calm. Kenya all, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Probably done had a few minutes because she was all giggly at the end. So I gotta use the bathroom. So Drew asked Courtney, she was like, you okay with this and all this? Courtney was like, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with me. She was like, Marlo's my friend. It is what it is. I was like, okay, Courtney, having a little backbone. You ain't letting your cousin influence you. Your fake cousin. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm starting to like Courtney. I ain't think I was gonna like her in the beginning. Because she came at Candy for some stupid shit. So I was just like, this is not the way to introduce yourself into the show. But I'm low-key liking her. Because she ain't picking sides. She ain't riding with her cousin and staying over there with Candy and Drew and Kenny and them. Probably mainly because of the fact that she got into that tiff with Candy. But she friends with both sides. So. And I had forgot about that little part of her coming outside to check on Candy after the situation. I forgot about that. I remember Courtney and Sonya going out there, but I didn't see all the Courtney patting her and saying, I'm sorry that happened to you and all that. I didn't even realize that happened. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of liking Courtney. 70-30. 30% like. Then back outside, Marlo talking about something. I don't want that energy on my snake print Gucci. She's like, shake it off, shake it off. Sheree's like, yeah, shake it off and come on back inside. Come on back inside. You ain't running away from this. So back inside, Kenya says, the bitch, Marlo, sold her pussy for a bag. Woo. That's what she said. That's what Kenya said. And Sheree and Marlo came in immediately after that. I thought Marlo heard it, but she didn't. So Sheree was like, okay, Kenya, what I'm going to need you to do, Marlo don't want you talking. Like, she don't want to talk to you. Kenya was like, that's fine with me. I was like, you can't tell because she talking to Candy the whole damn time and you keep jumping in. And your little, what Sonya called the little dog? Drew. Now Drew the little puppy. Ruff, ruff. So then Marlo says to Candy, my nephew being murdered has nothing to do with you. She says, what I was saying was that when my family called me and told me that you ain't reach out or nothing like that, and they were saying to me, like, that's supposed to be your girl and all that. Marlo was like, well, I said to them, like, well, that's because Candy don't give a fuck. So that's what she's saying, that she felt or whatever. So Candy, she's looking at her phone like, you so full of shit, Marlo. So Sonya chimes in, trying to defend Marlo, talking about something. Can you understand that Marlo's saying that it's not that you are responsible? And Candy was like, Sonya, please, don't even try to, she said, Sonya, don't even try to be helpful right now, try to be a lawyer or whatever. Sonya's like, I'm not trying to be a lawyer. I'm just saying that you focus on something that's not the issue. Getting all loud. I'm like, girl, Candy's not even giving you that energy. Calm down, Sonya. So Candy's like, fuck her flowers. How about that? Here go Marlo. That made you saying fuck my sister. Da-da-da-da-da. She's saying fuck your whole little situation of you keep trying to come and try to fake be cool and then talk shit the next day. No, that's what she's saying. She's saying just fuck everything, Marlo. Fuck your flowers. Fuck the whole situation. It's been 2 years. I get it. Your nephew died. But it's just like, if Candy ain't did nothing 2 years ago, why bring it up now on TV and try to associate it with her shooting? Her restaurant or anything like that. It's just the whole flubber butt of a damn storyline for Marlo. It's just crazy. Candy and Marlo, they going back and forth. And Sheree got the nerve in her damn confessional to talk about some damn, I think I did good. I got Courtney and Candy to squash their beef. And then she said Kenya and Sonya that we didn't even really care about. Like, they was coexisting. We didn't even really need no situation between Sonya and Kenya. I feel like they were just stalling out the Candy and Marlo situation. But that's how the episode ended. It's just a whole bunch of flubber butt. That's why I said I graded it on a C+. Like, it didn't really do nothing. It was just the same. Like, everybody was just talking about the same thing, basically. A couple of meetups about the same thing. What happened at the last event on the last episode, and what they not trying to deal with at this next event, Sheree's event. So it's just like a lot. It's just annoying. Next episode, it don't look like we get a lot of little tips or nothing. It don't look like people getting into it next episode. Yeah, I don't really see too much. We see Marlo, like I said, we see Marlo on a date. Dude say he done been to jail a couple times. Is that gonna be a flag, a okay flag for Marlo or a red flag? We don't know. Cause she be caring about what people think. And then she got them 2 black boys that's impressionable. She gotta watch out for that too. So I don't know. I can't remember anything else that's happening in the next episode. With anybody else? Oh yeah, besides Drew, the host, doing her video on the skating ring, and she can't even skate. Like I said, I feel like she just want to keep breaking stuff at this point for a storyline. Not even for a storyline, just to be that castmate that just keep breaking shit. I don't know what type of tips she trying to be on. I don't know. But yeah, I don't even got no predictions. Those are my little thoughts, whatever, for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And comment below what you would grade the episode, what you thought about the episode, what you thought about what I talked about, if I forgot anything, all that good stuff. Comment below. And, yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.